Excuse the stuff on the floor. And this thing right here on the right hand side. So this is outside my bathroom because my bathroom has no storage. Not under the sink storage or behind the mirror storage is just not happening. So I want something to cover this. So I found a piece of curtain that I've already measured, and I am going to try to make a cover for this. I don't know how this is gonna go. So let's check it out. Okay, so what I did was, because I don't have a lot of space on my little desk here, I pushed everything off my bed. Well, not off the bed, but further up toward the headboard. And I laid the piece of material out. I think it was a curtain. So I actually measured the actual shelf across. And I got a seam allowance on it just in case it's too tight. I want it longer. That's why I did the seam allowance. Even though it's not a seam allowance, I just gave it some extra inches. And then I measured from top to bottom. And I also, yeah. And the reason why I did, okay, that's right. I did do a seam allowance for a reason. Is because this right here, you can tell where, I don't know if you can see it, where it was stitched. And when they were making it, you can see it. But when I cut it, of course, it's, you know, you can see my lines where I was measuring it, where, you know, it's just a straight cut. And I'm gonna have to fold that in to mimic this. My iron is in my bedroom heating up. And while it's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and put some white thread on the bobbin. I still got some red left. I actually gonna go ahead and, the one that I have in here has red thread, so I'm gonna go ahead and load that up and put it away and then get some white thread. So I'm gonna do that, iron my piece, and I will be right back on. I have my white thread in, and I went ahead and took the iron and I creased this down to match the original. So now I have to slowly, with the white thread that I have, and try to keep this line straight. So here is my white thread, just to show you. Let me first start off by saying excuse any background noise because a trifling long company decided to come in today. So yeah, I was really concentrating and moving really slow. I had to cut this down because it was much longer. I had my arm in the way, and at some point in some time, I happened to look and realize that my arm was in the way. So it's not in slow motion. I'm moving just that slow because I was concentrating. The big old rusty ass arms in the way. Wanted you guys to see, but I was busy looking at that presser foot and looking, well, trying not to look at the needle and trying to keep it straight. I have to move slow, and I have to find my groove with my foot on that presser on the pedal so I can go slow. So I do better when I'm going slow, and that's what I was doing here. Look at the concentration on my face. I'm gonna tell you, it is true. Different materials is very, very tricky. So you gotta know what you're doing. The fact that I'm playing with other type of materials, I think that's a little bit dangerous. But you know, I'm one of the ones. I do stuff out the box. I jump the gun. I try anything, and just be clueless. Like, I'm that person that will not read directions. I think it's, I hate it. I think it's stupid, but I mean it makes sense to read directions. And sometimes I read it, still get it wrong. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but for the most part, it stayed straight. Now, I was told not to look at the needle, but my presser foot looked like it was moving, and you can't tighten it up. It's just one of the things you clip on. So I did straighten it because I was trying to figure out what causes me to be all over the place, but of course my mind causes me to be all over the place. All right, so, all right. So let me see if I can show you guys my line. At some point in time, I had to like pull it over a little bit, but I didn't even pull it over a full inch maybe. So see, this is why I always try to have the red thread. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is much better. I was moving slow as molasses, so I don't know if you guys can see. Now my cut might be off when I was cutting my material, I think. But for the most part, my line is banging. My thread, my stitches, pretty good. You can see my cut was off right there. And then I got toward the end, and it kind of looked like, I guess when I was pressing it, cause see, what I did was I made a line, and then I turned it over to press it. But once you press it, you can't see the line, so I was trying to keep the line straight. But for the most part, this is the best I've seen that I've done. Like this is the best. Okay, so now the bottom. So now I'm going to do the bottom. Let me go back and put this up against it, and let me see. Matter of fact, I'll take you with me. Okay, so first, this is the top. No, this is the bottom. So let's see if I did good up here first. Yes. I want to have it a little wider because I did do seam lines, so that's to it, but this is a little more. So that's good. Y'all, please excuse my fat. I was going to blur it out, but I just don't feel like it. So I do apologize. Thank you. Works out. Okay, so as far as this, all right, so it actually hangs to the floor, which is fine. So now I'm going to take the bottom and go in my room and press it, and I'll be back on because I'm about to stitch this. Let me see something right quick. I got thread on my feet and it's driving me nuts. Okay. Wow. So looking at this, hold on. So actually, I don't need, this is how much I can take off. Okay, I'm back. And I went ahead and sped this up. I am at 17, but I'll probably be chopping some more. So that's why I sped this up, because I know I will have some good timing. So I was trying to line that thing up. Like it wasn't lining up, so I put a pin in it. And you know what? Now that I'm doing this voiceover, I realized that it wasn't lining up. And then the other end wasn't lining up. And I'll show you in a few what I'm talking about. But I did notice that after I put the iron on it, the material kind of drew up some. So it's definitely the material. I don't know what type of material it is. I might look on the tag and see what it is. But yeah, he's not his friend. Now, it's not bad, but I know I wasn't losing my mind. So I put the pin in a good spot to hold it and just started sewing slowly. And you'll see me go faster than slow because I try to start off really slow, and sometimes I do it, sometimes it's kind of in the middle, and then sometimes it's just, it's like, they don't finally do it. So when I get me another sewing machine, which should probably be new, I want one without the foot pedal. I want to be able to adjust my own speed. What else? I'm not sure. Nothing fancy, but just for beginners. I like this one. I'm going to keep it. So yeah. I think this might be the material that you would use for your shower curtain. It's not plastic, but I don't know what material is. And let me tell you why I say that. It was two things. Okay, so I just stitched this part, this one, and I did pretty good. My cutting is horrible. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to tell you why my cut is horrible, because right here, it kind of just, it didn't, like this part didn't seem to be. That's the part I was talking about. So let me tell you why I think I cut wrong, one, because this is the part that I didn't need to cut. So this is the original part, and it wraps around good. So it wraps around really, really good. But when I turn it upside down, before I stitched it, it stopped like right there. So when I was cutting it down this way, I didn't cut, oh, sorry. Fat showing. So when I was cutting it, my cut wasn't straight. And see, I laid it across my bed, and I should have gotten on the floor. So I'm still learning. Oh, this is stressing me out. But I want to stop. So when I was putting the iron on the material to crease it, I noticed it kind of draw it up. So that's why this looked the way it looked. But anyway, so yeah. So this is the bottom. This is the top. Yeah, so the bottom, as I went down, I guess it got slimmer and slimmer. So, that's that. So that's what it's looking like. So let me give y'all a bottom shelf look. Matter of fact, I'm going to find some way to put this up here so the bottom can be laid out. Okay, so I'll be back. Hold on. Okay, so as you can see, it actually goes down a little more to the floor, but I had to use some of it up here so something can hold. I have alcohol holding it, so I had to put some at the very top so the alcohol can hold it while I do this. So it's actually going to come down probably about an inch more. So this is pretty much what I was going for to cover this up. So yeah. So when I need, all I got to do is pull it aside and then put it back. I may put some weights down here. Somehow slip some weights in here so it would constantly hang and not be flipped up, but I'll see. So yeah, I might want to go ahead and run the iron crosses again so it can look a little better. But that's it. So I'll be right back. So I have this much that's under my alcohol holding in place. So about that much more would be dragging on the floor. So I guess I would say for the most part, because it was simple, it came out all right. So I guess that was easy enough. Now I have to think of other projects to do to keep me busy and keep me going every day. And I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to make. So let me put the phone down. I'll be back. So this is my problem. I have a lot of material and a lot of upcycle stuff. And I got the upcycle stuff, I guess, to try to learn how things are put together, how I can put things together. And I got material. So I'm like, what do I make next? I see some people, they're making like little bags, making shirts and stuff. But I still have to still have to practice straight lines. So I don't know what else to do. Like I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what else to make. But I have a basket full of stuff. I have some ideas of how I want to do some stuff. But I have to keep my hand on this sewing machine so I can get this. I don't know what else to do. Like I have a huge hamper. I'm looking at it right now with a big basket full of material. So I'll just probably, and I don't have an Etsy shop, so I don't want to set up an Etsy shop where you make stuff and sell it. I can make the little bags. That's really easy to make. I do want to make this bag. I don't know if I have the proper material, but it's trying to see what bag do I have that's shaped like it. But it's a little, I'll pop up a picture up here. Like I like those square looking bags, but then that probably would be too much. So I probably would, I don't know what to do. But I got to figure out something to keep my hand on this sewing machine. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I've talked long enough. Oh, before I do that. All right, so I made this clutch. Okay. This is a clutch I made. I will do a video for it, but just not now. I changed my mind, so that's why I have the voiceover. And that's about it. I do have a haul. And in this haul, I paid $10 for something that is going to floor you. It floored me. So, yeah. So I'll talk more about that material, my chair, and what have you. And that's about it. I'll keep you posted and updated. But until then, you enjoy your Friday, your weekend.